and welcome to Love Island The Morning After, the only official Love Island podcast. Waking up with you today is me, Amy Hart.
And me, Indiyah Polack, and we are here for our penultimate episode with the lovely Mason Blake.
What an intro.
What
an intro.
We've got 2 left in the UK and then we are
Can you
off to
believe
Mallorca for the big
done.
finalists extravaganza.
I can't
by so
believe
quick.
it.
I feel like we're on about week 3, but we're not. We're on week 8.
We're on week 8. We are nearly done.
And what happens in week 8? The talent show. And we had the second half of it today. We started off with Connor and Megan singing High School Musical.
Yeah.
Did we love it?
Bless him, he was really trying.
Yeah. It was like Troy and Gabriella were there in front of us.
You know what? I wasn't expecting that from Connor as well. He's got some lungs on him.
He's got some vocals.
You know, I was quite like, okay, Connor, maybe a little singing deal.
I think you've got to decide in that moment whether you're going to put everything into it.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to like just make it jokey. And I
Yeah.
think they went for it. 'Cause
They went
obviously
for it.
Megan's trained in musical theatre. And I think, was it Alima that came in and told us that Connor sings all the
It was
time?
Alima. She actually did spill the tea and was like, you know what, Connor's always singing around the
Yeah.
bedroom. So that was quite interesting to finally hear
He's
it.
gearing up for that record deal. Do you
He
know what I
is.
mean?
They're going to be in the West End production of High School Musical before we know
Quite
it.
funny to be fair. We also saw Jamie. He did a bit of spoken word.
Growth is never found within the comfort zones. It's found amidst chaos. And when you dig deep enough to find the courage within you to be vulnerable with your person, to make space for something new, that is not failure. That is growth.
It was cute. Spoken word's not my jam at all. I hate it. But I thought, you know what? If that's what your talent is, then I'm here for it. And I thought he spoke beautifully. And I thought his delivery was great.
I think
His
his
delivery
delivery
was
yeah.
really good, yeah. Megan was even getting teary at the end. She was like, oh, that was quite a good speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love a man. that's
Definitely
good
one
his
with the
word.
words.
Now, Harry was dressed as a clown.
Any surprise? Any surprise?
I thought that he really bought into it again. Had the makeup on.
I think he was one of my favourites.
It was cute.
It was actually cute. It was-
juggling.
He didn't
Yeah.
take it too seriously.
No.
He was like, you know.
I was honestly quite impressed as well when he did the grapes. Because grapes are tiny and they're really hard to sort of like throw around. And he managed to do it.
Yeah.
A man of many talents.
Helena said that he'd been juggling women.
But she ate that one.
She ate that one.
We also had bestie duo, Shakira and Tony. Shakira did a sing-along to A Whole New World.
That was cute. I enjoyed
And then
that.
Tony did Viva Las Vegas, very her style, you know, what she does for a living and the
Little bottle
bottle
gold tea.
service. I thought it was really cute,
I
you
thought it
know.
was cute.
What do we think of their performances?
Both of them, it's what they do for a job on the outside.
Yeah.
Shakira does princess parties and Tony's obviously works in a cabana.
Yeah.
I thought they're both brilliant. I felt like by that point as well, everyone was getting really into it.
Yeah.
Everyone was singing along and going crazy for Tony. I thought it was great.
It was nice for them all to come together as well. Like, there was no divide. Like, it was
Yeah.
actually nice to see them
Yeah.
all, you know. Little
Yeah.
kumbaya. I was like, just for a split second.
When they were doing their shots, they couldn't say anything about each other. Now, Helena was voted the winner by the other islanders. Do you think she was a worthy winner?
You know what, looking back, I think, yeah, you know, because she roasted everybody and it was quite lighthearted and fun.
I think it was a nice way for her to leave as well. Like, everyone was like showing her the love as well. And I think it
Yeah.
was, you know, she left on a high.
I think as well, she probably had the hardest job because
100%.
she had to say things to them all, but they all took it in great humour and I'm
Yeah.
still voted her the winner, so it's brilliant.
Yeah. And obviously at the end of that, we did see both Helena and Blu get dumped. I guess it was a bittersweet moment, but again, Helena did leave on a high.
She left on a really good high.
And it was kind of nice, even like seeing her say goodbye to the girls and it not being awkward. You could see there was a bit of love there still.
Her and Tony were
Yeah,
like, I love you, Tony.
Tony was tearing up and Shakira even looked emotional. And I was like, you know, maybe there was like a little friendship there.
Were we shocked to see Tony sort of get teary?
I was a little bit shocked.
I have seen in the last few weeks Tony and Helena sitting together.
Yeah.
Sort
That
of
is
Tony's
true.
asked Helena for advice a few times.
that is true.
So I think that maybe when it's in the big group situation, they're on different sides.
Yeah.
And they're
But when they're-
secretly going to be
Really.
friends. They have a little secret friendship.
Yeah, because I mean, other than the whole situation with Shakira, which we obviously know the root of the problem was Harry.
Yeah.
we haven't seen Helena have any
They had
like
no
conflict one-on-one directly with the girls.
I think as well, when you're living together, you might argue with them, bicker with them, not get on with everything they do. And then it's like, as they're leaving, it's like, oh no, I don't want you
It
to
gives
go.
like-
Honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't cry not once in the villa. The only time I cried was when Danica was leaving, because you build friendships in
And then
there,
they just
and like
go on.
I thought I'd be crying over like guys, and I was like, no, I'm crying over my girlfriend leaving. Like, what's going on?
They're kind of like sisters as well, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Even though they bicker, they
Yeah.
argue, but they kind of like, they get over it, they move
You
on,
do.
and they can still like enjoy the games and stuff. So it makes sense why they get a little emotional when they leave.
Yeah,
Because they
it's
do
a lot.
build that bond
You
there,
do. Yeah.
whether you like each other or not.
Yeah.
It was really lovely to see. And we saw Helena say to Harry, be good to Shakira, which I thought was really nice.
Yeah.
Shakira did say, although she was really sad for Helena to go, she felt like a weight had been lifted because she was always trying to be mindful before, always thinking Helena's in the next bed to us. So do you think her and Harry will like sort of branch out their relationship into like a more public-facing thing now that she's gone?
I feel like they'll be a little bit more comfortable. I feel like they were kind of just respecting Helena, which is understandable because obviously it's like she's in the house and like you don't really want to see that. But I do feel like now that she's gone, it's kind of like they can enjoy the last few days and
100%.
just be them. Like, you know what I mean? They've not really had this for like weeks. So now like this is their chances, you know?
Yeah. And now they've left on a good note. Maybe Harry will pick up on that friendship tip with Helena. Maybe things will actually just be smooth because he's like got that time he needed with Shakira.
How do you feel like Shakira would feel about that though?
It's still a strong note from her.
It's still a strong note.
It's a really weird one. It's really sad to see them go. Obviously, up until a week ago, we all thought that Helena was going to be in the final.
Yeah.
Was probably going to place in sort of the top end of the final.
Yeah.
So for her to place 7th shows that just this series has been so crazy. And I think it is anyone's
Anything
game
can
now.
happen.
And I think normally by this point you can sort of go, right, this person's going to place here, this person's going to place here, and it's all sort of like, we can work it out. But everything's just been thrown in its head.
You don't know what's going to happen.
I just think it was really nice for her to end on a high, really friendly with everyone, you know, saying I love you with all the girls and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just think it was a really nice way for her to leave.
I agree. And I feel like, you know what? We don't know. Helena might come back, watch a few episodes. And this might have just been a whole big lesson for her, you know? Love Island, you might not get in a relationship or anything, but in date, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience and you do learn a lot from it.
Yes.
So I think she will come out. She's still made friends. You know, she's got Meg, she's got Megan. And
She's left with something.
She's left with something.
Yeah.
And she didn't throw the towel in either.
She didn't.
Exactly.
She
She
didn't.
quit.
She stayed there.
Yeah.
It would have been very easy for her when she split up with Harry to be like,
I'm
I
out.
can't be here. I can't watch this from across the garden.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
What kind of wimp does that?
It was nice also that Blu came back in and he also had another experience which was like a little bit longer, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. He said he did longer than he did last time. And, you know, he had that chance to come in, experience some more. It can't be nice coming in and doing a couple of days.
Yeah,
And
it was
then all
quite funny actually. He tried to sort of remix his outro. He was like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. You can take that
He could get a t-shirt that says, I'm not effing leaving.
And
And then
on
on
the
the
back.
back, I'm leaving. So he's like, and then turns around.
He's got to do something with his little catchphrases. Good on him.
The summer of love is nearing its end, but there's plenty more pre-loved in our islanders still. So let's unpack our fashion faves of the week with eBay. Twists, turns, and serious serves is what Love Island is all about. And with the LI Fest, our islanders were busting out shapes and slay silhouettes in pre-loved. Connor came in hot, taking inspo from eBay's Western Night with a cowboy-style waistcoat, also previously worn by Cash. Clearly a piece you can party in day or night. But not to be outdone, the girls brought their A-game this week, with Tony sporting a gorgeous Roberto Cavalli blue dress, winning the hearts of not only the public, but also Cash. Shakira also got Harry and us all at home turning heads in an amazing Mugler number. Another win for pre-loved in the villa. Ready to turn your summer pre-loved? Shop eBay, sponsors of Love Island. The episode also saw the long-awaited, many years return of the baby challenge. We haven't had it before. I feel like yours was maybe the last
my
one.
season was the last baby challenge, and I did think we'd get it again.
No.
But it was interesting.
We've got babies!
Some couples were better with their baby than others.
Yes. Yeah.
Obviously, Meg and Dejon called their baby Zion, and Tony and Cash called their baby Luna.
I really did like how Tony and Cash put a nice little chain and a
little
little do-rag on the baby. They really sort of jazzed up the baby. I really like
made it
accessorying the
better.
baby.
And Shakira and Harry did the same with theirs. They did a
Eyebrows.
bit of bow, eyebrow, the little brooch on her.
It's good to give them a bit of personality.
Yeah.
You know? They're not just Chucky dolls like Jasmine said.
This is my worst nightmare. I didn't want this life. I didn't choose this life.
Oh my goodness.
I actually can't. You're gonna have to take him outside.
Speaking of Yaz, she said that this was her worst nightmare. Now, I think we could all see mum life is really not
She's
something
not
that she wants
having
to
it
do.
at all.
Like, I mean, who would you say in the villa was most maternal?
Well, I think Meg has been Mummy Meg since the beginning.
To be fair.
We haven't seen a lot of it, but everyone that's come in has said that she is like the mum of the group.
Yeah.
And you do always need a mum of the group. You
do.
Like, you have to have a special sort of maternal instinct. to do it.
Yeah.
I think Meg is great. I thought Shakira and Harry were great with the baby.
I thought Harry was really good. Like
Harry was
he
really
actually
good.
shocked me. I was like, I actually saw a different side to him. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's actually got a very much, you know, a little fatherly
bit-
figure.
As did Shakira, because he said, didn't he? You know, you said that's not the father of my child. How I changed your mind, and she was like, "Yes, you're working on me. You're working on me." He was trying to convince her that 3 kids was better than 2.
Yeah.
Yaz is done with this already. What did I do to deserve this?
it was a little bit like refreshing to actually see Yasmin stand on business and be like, you know what, no, I don't want to have children because I feel like there is this sort of stereotype going around that women always want to have kids. And sometimes that's not everyone's destiny. And, you know, just because you're a young woman, it doesn't mean you want to have kids.
And maybe respect them even more because obviously they're like a few days from the final and like she really could have said something else, but she very much was like, it was also a healthy conversation because he wants kids, but she doesn't. But it's like, those are conversations that you have in the real world.
They are
and it was nice to see that.
He said it wasn't a deal breaker for him, but he would like his kids and stuff. But I do think with men it's easier because men can have kids at any age.
Any age.
Like, so if you do decide later on down the line that you do actually want kids, it's fine. It's not like
yeah.
a woman
No,
who could say, like, oh, it's fine, then get to like a certain age and be like, oh no, now I actually can't.
We actually have a clock.
Yeah, we've got a clock.
also got to give up.
I feel like she can be won over though, like with the right person.
I don't think she'll change her
No,
mind.
don't think
it's the
she's
thing.
like that,
This is the
no.
thing. I've got so many friends who do not want children, and everyone says to them, "Oh, you're young, you'll change your mind."
And
they're
they're
like,
literally like, no.
And I think I knew I wanted to be mum when I was like 12. So I think you either do or
You
you
either do or you don't.
Yeah,
Some people do change,
Some
but
people do change, yeah.
Boots is back as the official beauty partner of Love Island, and we couldn't be more excited. Once again, the Boots beauty crew headed to the villa to get the girls' grafties ready, bringing expert beauty straight to your favourite islanders. They're serving up serious glam with the hottest trending beauty brands, from Huda Beauty and Morphe to Benefit and Made by Mitchell. The girls are glowing with the very best in beauty. From skincare must-haves to makeup essentials, Boots is your ultimate go-to for everything beauty on and off the island. So keep your eyes peeled, get inspired, and remember, Boots is your beauty destination straight from the villa to your makeup bag. Then we had Knowing Me, Knowing You, the challenge, where the islanders had to see who knew their partner the best. So first of all, the boys had to write down what they thought the girls would write, and the girls wrote down their answer, and they saw if they matched. Now, one of the questions was, what would you change about your partner? And a lot of them wrote, nothing, boring. And to be fair, that would be like, Sam would probably write nothing, and I'd be like, well, writing really small bullet points, and then be like, oh, yeah, nothing. Do we think that was a cop-out, like a safe answer?
I think a few of them it was with the nothing.
100%.
Obviously.
Like, you guys have been with each other for 8 weeks. There's got to be something.
Something.
Even if it's the way they snore at night or the farts. That would have been for me, the farts. But it's got to be something. It doesn't mean that you don't like your partner, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, but maybe they are also deeply in love.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Something that was actually quite a bit of a eye-opener and caused a little bit of a, you know, kerfuffle around the fire pit. So Dejon got Meg's love language wrong. And he was a little bit upset about it. He said, you know what, I can't believe I got that wrong. I'm absolutely fuming. Why was he so bothered, do we think?
I feel like that probably just triggered his pride a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you because I feel like that one question that he got wrong, he held on to it for the next few questions afterwards.
Yeah, he kept going on about
He
in
kept
between.
going, and I was
It
just
was
like,
really
it's
getting
not
to him.
that serious. I'm like, just keep it moving.
I mean, Yaz did say as well, you know, he got the most important question wrong. So, I mean, love language is a big deal.
It is a
so
big
I feel
deal.
like for anybody, you do want to know what your partner's love language is.
To be fair though, I think like if someone asked me what my love language is, I'm a bit greedy and I would like a couple of them.
You say all of them.
Yes. I like want you to do things for me whilst you're touching me, whilst you're telling me I'm amazing. Whilst you're spending quality time
All
with
of the
me.
above.
Yeah. Now, the one question that really riled everyone up was who would you couple up with if your partner wasn't here?
They got heated.
I mean, it's quite a tough question because I feel like it's easy for it to be taken literal. Obviously, you don't want that person. You don't want to couple up with them. It's a what if. And it can be down to something as small as, oh, we both walked in, she said I had nice eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not something 8 weeks down the line that we need to be taking personal.
No, but I suppose it's always going to be a juicy question.
Yeah.
But I love how Cash tried to keep it really like streamlined. Like, I'm going to go for your best friend, i.e. someone that I would never couple up with. And Shakira, Harry and Cash all got the same message, but Tony didn't.
I think
Tony was like, Meg, how random.
However, I do think the best friend, it's a safe option, but it's also a realistic option because I think if, for example, I'm dating someone in the villa, your best friend is probably going to be the closest person to you that I maybe value their morals, which is why you're best friends. So I can understand why you would pick the best friend. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
The same didn't happen for Meg and Dejon. It was really awkward.
I do understand. Like, that part, I actually got how Meg felt because I'm like,
100%.
Dejon decided to choose Yaz and she is part of the other group.
Dating across the aisle.
Yeah, like the divide was dividing.
And I personally don't think Meg was taking it as in like, oh, you really like Yasmin.
No.
And if I weren't here, you would be with her. I think it was kind of just sort of like a shock, as in, I've seen you guys bicker
like
for weeks on
blindsided.
end.
Yeah.
So I would expect you to just not choose her in any sort of situation. But he started over-explaining himself.
over-explained it.
And was like, yeah, but at the very start, I did say, when I was talking to Billy Kiss, it's like, it's okay. I'm not a cop.
It's the
I'm not a
game.
cop. Calm down. Like, do you feel like Meg's feelings was like warranted? Do you think that she reacted in the right way?
It's hard because at the end of it, it's a game and he had to write down someone. And I think I was a bit shocked that she wrote down Angel. Like, because I mean, I now understand her sort of thought behind it. Like, she's the newest person in.
Yeah.
We were sort of closed off, so it was never an option.
Honestly, I do understand why Meg and even the other girls were surprised that Dejon picked Yasmin. But all I can think about is maybe when it was like weeks ago when they had that conversation in the kitchen about the threesome. So I feel like from there they've had a little bit, not a spark, but they were friends then. And then obviously all the fallout happened and they started getting into drama.
Meg, I mean, look, she loves him, it's her boyfriend, so she probably would be upset at that.
Yeah.
And I do really empathise with Meg because I would feel the same.
It would
And
hit
I think
you like, what the
I
heck?
think what you just said as well, like they are actually in a relationship now. So I feel like him using his brain, surely you would think of a respect thing. Why would I choose Yaz? And that is somebody that is in the other team.
I think for me, literally you touching on them being boyfriend and girlfriend, that whole situation, Meg just wanted some reassurance. And I didn't think it was a necessary situation for Dejon to sort of be thinking about, oh, you know, you're trying to make me look bad, there's cameras around, you know, you're just trying to make me look off. And it was a simple thing of, Meg in that situation just wanted to understand, why would you choose a girl
Just a
that
bit
you
of
have been
reassurance.
having continuous arguments with?
Exactly.
It's a very simple conversation. He could have been like, look, babe, it's not like that. Literally 6 weeks ago, there was no beef between us. I just think in that whole moment, he kind of like missed the mark where it was like he was focused on how he was being perceived
not actually how
rather
she
than
feels.
actually how she feels.
Exactly.
And that was the main point.
I wish that someone had written, no one, I would leave the villa. Just to like,
Just a little
so
bit
all
of
the other
spice.
boys are like, I would couple up with this person,
Nobody.
this person. And then, nobody, I would leave the villa instead of being coupled up with you. And they'd all be like, I didn't know that was an option. Now, Meg and Dejon and Shakira and Harry were joint winners. However, there was a little bit of chat on screen and in here about were Dejon and Meg cheating? Because when it came to what turns you on, Dejon went like this, didn't he?
I saw them lips
He
moving.
did kissy faces.
I saw them lips moving.
He did kissy faces, so I don't know if it was a fair and square win.
No.
Interestingly, bearing in mind they haven't really spoken to each other on a deep level for the last 5 weeks, Harry and Shakira did quite well.
They were very
they were on
compatible.
fire. And for like a lot of them that I didn't think they would get, they were bang on the money. Like
They
were
got
really good.
the questions that I thought like the other ones were going to get, and they were the ones that were getting it. I was like, this is a whole plot twist.
When they did like the best thing about you, everyone else was like eyes, smile and stuff.
Yeah.
And Harry, who, I mean, maybe you wouldn't expect this from him. Obviously, he said her intelligence.
I thought that was really
And
cute.
some people would be a bit like, you know, oh, what, you don't think I'm, because you know when they say like, oh, pick 3 people, like the face, the body and the brain. If you get the personality one, they're like, oh, so you don't
They
think
take
I'm
it as an
fit then?
offense.
But she turned hers round and she was like, my brain.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, maybe they are meant
Honestly,
to be.
if we were, obviously last night's vote was, you know, who do we think the most compatible is? If we're going to go solely off of that game,
I feel like it would
would
be them
literally
two.
be Harry and Shakira. They ate that game up.
They really did.
They did a really
They
good
were the
job.
winners. No shade.
Now, Yasmin misinterpreted the question of who would you couple up with and thought it was just a free-for-all and everyone wrote their own names on there. And she wrote a boy's name, went and rubbed it out and wrote who she thought Jamie would couple up with. Obviously, he asked her who and it turned out to be Dejon. It's a match. It's a match. It's a match.
I think
twist
that's
of the
what
season.
made the whole argument even more awkward
Yeah.
because I don't think Yaz was expecting Dejon to pick her.
She
So
thought
now
she was
she's
gonna-
put his name down, he's put her name down. Everyone is looking like, wait,
What the hell?
what is going on? So
Imagine if we got a recoupling on Sunday.
I feel like people were thinking, so is this why you've been arguing all the time? Because there's
Maybe there's
something
maybe
there
there's something in
deep
the
down.
air.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Do we think Jamie was justified being annoyed?
You know, I don't even think he was annoyed. I think, again, it was same like Meg. It was just a little bit of confusion.
Just confusion. He just wanted to understand like where
Just
that was
a bit
coming
of clarity.
from.
Like, what do you think?
Again, it's only a game,
Yeah.
but everything is multiplied by 100 in there. And I think for Meg and Jamie, it can't be nice. Even though it is a game, it is going to plant a little seed in
Just
your head
something in your
because
head.
it's a match. Do you know what I mean? Like,
100%. 100%.
Because you're
But
going to be
again,
thinking, what's going on?
we did see it. Meg and Dejon, they did continue to argue over the situation.
Yeah.
Do we think they're now like just going over old arguments and they should let it go. I mean, there was a clear difference between how Jamie and Yaz handled the situation in comparison to Meg and Dejon. So what do we think is going to happen here?
I mean, that's always been their styles of
they are very talking things out.
But yeah, it was really interesting. And again, we've talked about the fourth wall being broken. The fourth wall was down. We were in like, you know, like when you go to like a home shop and there's only 3 walls and an open room, like a show home. It was like that. Yeah. The fourth wall was down.
We're on a TV show where they show highlights of a show. So they can literally put highlights of you saying...
I don't care if we're on a TV show, I'll be honest.
But I'm saying but it's at the point where I didn't care, but there's so many things that people are saying about me and I'm like, what? And it's all making sense.
But you're not helping yourself by picking her in a challenge.
I'll be honest, I'll always be honest. That's my honest opinion.
Okay.
I don't know how they got there from the conversation they started with when he was saying, you know, there's cameras round and it's a TV show where they show highlights and you're doing this.
I just don't know how we got from 1 to 10 because it was like she was just expressing how she felt and I don't know why the cameras were even something that was in your head when your girlfriend's just letting you know that this is how I feel.
It's literally a clear example of him like missing the point. Yeah. He had the conversation when his mum and sister came in and I think more than ever now, he's so aware of the outside and what people may be thinking of him. It's not for him to blame other people. Like, however people think of you, it's not really your business anyway. Yeah. But also, like, these sort of opinions don't just spring out of thin air,
nowhere.
You know?
They don't come from nowhere.
But again, that wasn't the point.
That wasn't the point
of the conversation.
Meg was saying, like, you never let me speak. You never let me speak. And he was like, I am letting you speak, but when you speak, you do.
It was a lot.
And it was hard to watch, actually.
It was really hard to watch.
They're in their last few days. They're never going to get this experience again. And I wish that everyone would just enjoy it more.
This should be like the best time. Like, they got literally a few days to the final. Like, this should be the best time. And it, like, instead, it's just... That's not really what you want to really be going through.
Yeah,
like,
it's not a nice note to end on. I mean, I hope they can resolve it.
Yeah, same.
I'm sure they will.
It is, last couple of days. They are boyfriend and girlfriend.
And
they have a lot more better things to be celebrating right now, you know?
That's all we've got time for today. Don't forget to keep an eye out this afternoon for First Look on all the Love Island socials and on YouTube as well.
And join me, Amy and Mason tomorrow for our very last episode in the studio, guys.
Oh,
can you believe it?
I can't believe we're here already.
Oh my God, what a week.
What a series.
What a series. We will see you guys in the morning.
See you then.
See you later.